This is a Bugaboo Fox2, and today we're going to do a basic demo of most of the functions on the stroller in general. We have several other guides now on this model because there's a lot of different stuff to cover when you're using the stroller. So there's a separate guide for removing the textiles and mounting the textiles, both for the seat and the bag. There's also a separate guide for folding, which goes over all the different ways you can fold this, getting it as small as possible, one-piece fold, two-piece fold, and so on. It's pretty important that you actually watch that separate video, as it's important to fold this stroller correctly as when you're using it. But we needed an extra guide just to show all of the smaller functions, and so that's what we're going to be doing today. Okay, then starting at the top, if you need to adjust the height of the handle, it's these little flaps here. You just pop them out, and then you can pick various positions. And there is little like hacks inside the bar on the underside, little notches, and those will be held in place by a little black piece that's underneath this white flap mechanism. So you can choose whichever height you like. Below that is the folding mechanism, which again we cover in the separate folding video. Moving on to the seat. If you need to detach the bumper bar, just for putting your child in and out, it's enough to do it on one side. So it's these white buttons on the inside here. You're just going to press it in, and then it is rotatable. So that's quite a nice function. You, of course, press in both buttons if you want to entirely remove the bumper bar. When it comes to the seat itself, in order to remove the seat and change the orientation, there are two white buttons on either side, and these are memory buttons, so that you can just do it with one hand if your other hand is occupied. Press in on one and then the other, and then you can grab it by the bumper bar and lift up, pull it around, and reattach. When it comes to adjusting the position of the seat, this is accomplished on the back side. There's this white trigger here, white handle. So you lift it up and just release, and it will find its various positions. When it comes to the canopy, there are two functions to be aware of. The first being the peekaboo window, which is different in the Fox 2. They didn't have that in the original Fox. So there's this flap here. You can just pull it all the way up. And if you like, pull it all the way open. Looks a little bit nicer that way. And they've even put a logo on both the inside and the outside. That allows you access that peekaboo window. If you would like to extend the canopy, which is a very useful function that Bugaboo has had for a long time. In fact, I believe Bugaboo was the first people to use this sort of extension method overall. But there's this zipper here, and you're just going to pull it all the way around to the other side, and this allows you to pull the canopy a bit further forward in case you need a bit more sun coverage for your child. Okay, when it comes to the harness then, the harness is actually adjustable with the size of your child, and there are multiple ways you can adjust this, most important probably being the shoulder straps. So these shoulder straps can be adjusted to be higher or lower, and what you want to do to adjust these is just grip the shoulder strap here, as well as underneath, this little tag that pops out. Hold it tight, and then there's a track inside the mechanical elements of the seat, so you can choose what height you like. You can also make these straps longer or shorter just by grabbing the strap end here, and there's like this kind of typical adjustment mechanism you find on backpacks and stuff. Hold that with your thumb, and you can pull it out and in. And you have the same ones on the side straps, as well as on the central buckle here. On the rear frame, probably the mechanism we use the most, of course, is the brakes. This is just press the pedal in once to lock it, press it again to release it. If you need to remove the rear wheels, then I'll turn this all the way on its side so you can see, but there's a white button right here on both sides, and you can just press that in, and this allows you to pull off the wheel. Just slot it back in, they'll pop back in place. When it comes to the front wheels, you can lock the front wheels into an inline facing. It's quite useful if you're going over more difficult terrain. The wheels need to be faced backwards. And then there is this little white button here. You're just going to press it down and it'll lock them in place. If you need to remove the front wheels, there is a white button here on the front. Just depress it and you can pull it out. To put them back, I found that you generally need to depress this as well. And then you can slot it all the way back in and it locks into place. So that was our sort of little general demo of the basic functions of the Bugaboo Fox2. It's pretty much the same on the Fox1. Again, we have a separate video for folding, showing all the different ways of folding this model, as well as for removing the textiles. And in the unboxing video we did for this model, there's also a lot of like mounting information, how to mount the shopping basket and so on. But in any case, we hope you found this video useful, and if you did, we ask you subscribe, as it helps us continue making videos in the future. Thank you.